Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is the prologue of that side character, and this one is titled Years From Now. You grinned as you pushed open the doors to a very large, official-looking building with the sign above the door, Bouncing Ball Corp. I was so excited today, I don't even know why, you thought to yourself as you entered the spacious lobby and smiled at the receptionist there. Good morning, Yin, she greeted politely. Mr. Kenma is in his office. He's expecting you. Thank you, he said with another smile as you passed her and headed for the lift. As you reached out to press the elevator button to head up to the office, the overhead downlights caught shine in the beautiful engagement ring on your left hand, making it sparkle and glint in the white light. While you were admiring your ring, the elevator doors dinged open and you waited for the people inside to exit and then stepped in by yourself. It was a short ride to the top, and you got off and walked down the hallway to Kenma's office door. Knocking softly, you grabbed the handle and opened the door, peeking your head in to see him sitting at the 3-screen computer desk with headset on, in the middle of a very intense game. 3 on your left, he mumbled into the headset, clicking the mouse furiously and pressing keys on the keyboard in sequence. Silently you slipped over to his desk and peeked at the screens from over his shoulder. He was trialling a new game of some kind and seemed to be right in the middle of something. He wasn't saying very much, but you could hear absolute hysteria coming from inside his headset, people screaming in a panic as their characters were wiped out left, right and centre, until a big finish sign popped up across the screen, blurring out everything else behind it. Kenma took his headset off and turned to look at you. "Oh, you knew I was here?" you asked with surprise, when he seemed to have known that you were standing there and didn't act at all shocked to see you. "I thought you were too involved in the game." "I saw your reflection here," he stated calmly, pointing to a silver ball sitting at the desk that was so polished it acted like a mirror. "Oh," you said with a grin, "nothing gets by you, Kozu." He rolled his chair back a bit and stood up so he could give you a hug. He wasn't that young boy that you had met back in high school. Now he was grown up. He was a CEO, YouTuber, pro gamer, everything. But on top of all that, he was your man. Swiftly he put his arms around you and pulled you in for a hug. "How are the wedding plans going?" he asked. "Good, I just came by to give you an update," you said, giving him a tight hug back. "Is Lolita able to come to the wedding?" he asked. "Yes, she said she'd change her flight so that she could be back in time. It's frustrating that the vet conference had to be on the same weekend as our wedding, but I'm really happy that she decided to go and do vet science." "And updates on your dad?" he then asked. "I am very pleased to say no updates, because ever since we moved to the city, he completely dropped off the face of the earth. The police have been really helpful too, since I'm an actual real-life adult now." You gave him a goofy grin. He nodded. "Did you want to go out for dinner tonight once you finish your work?" you asked him as he let go of you and stood back a bit. "Yeah." "Because I was thinking we could try that new dessert place down the road. I saw they did apple pie." Kenma's eyes low-key lit up, and you could tell he was excited by that thought. "Okay, is Kenma going to be okay if we don't go home straight away?" he then asked, concerned for the well-being of that beautiful kitty that you had saved close to 8 years ago. Dear Kenma the cat was getting really old now and couldn't see too well, but aside from that he appeared to be in good health and would just spend his days sleeping away under the window where the sun was shining the brightest and warmest. "Yes, I went home just before I came here and put some food out for him, so he should be fine," you said with a smile. "He's been such a good cat." Kenma nodded. "Hey, we also need to organise our honeymoon," he added, his face falling as his whole body suddenly looked extremely exhausted. "Why is getting married so draining? There are so many things to prepare." You giggled. You never change, Kozu, you chuckled. "It's okay. I've got a few places in mind, and I've checked pricing for some of them, but we can talk about it over apple pie." "Okay, I'm glad you have the energy that I lack," he said honestly, as he turned back to switch the computers off. "Oh, are you done for the day?" you asked when you saw him shutting everything down. "Yes, I can say when I want to finish, so I finish," he said, still closing the systems down. "This life really suits you," you mused. "You can just do what you want to because you're in charge." Kenma straightened and nodded once he'd closed the computers down. "Yes, and I can go and have apple pie when I want to," he added. You chuckled. "That's a good enough incentive for me. Let's go." And with that you grabbed his hand and ran for the office door, dragging him along behind you. "Why do we have to run? We don't need to run. Running makes my legs tired," Kenma whined as you pulled him along. "Come on, it's like all those years ago when we were still in school," you giggled. "We've been together for so long, huh?" "Yeah," he said, watching as you turned back to face the door so you could open it and pull him through and out the other side. "And I plan on it being more than a long time. That's one thing I'll never get tired of. You, Yin." he thought, as you merrily took him off down the hallway to go and have some apple pie. Oh, they're still together. Happy days. Thank you so much for listening along to this story. A few of you, or actually a number of you, have seen on the community page that I mentioned that I was going to have just a little itty bitty break from books just while I'm writing this next one. Life kind of got ahead of me a little bit and I didn't have a chance to keep up with my usual schedule, so I didn't get a chance to finish writing this book and have it ready to go, unfortunately, but I will be doing one-shots in that time. You'll still have the weekly one-shots. I'm not sure how long I'll be taking off at this point. I'm hoping maybe 2 weeks-ish, but I'll keep you updated on the community page. Until then, I'll see you in the next book, but there's plenty of other stuff. If you haven't been through my other things, you're more than welcome to have a look through, see if anything piques your interest. And for those that are all up to date with all of my work, I'll be popping out those one-shots each week. So I'll see you in those. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next book. Bye for now.